Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to another installment of the 12 Days of Mickmas. I'll give you a little clue. Last time was day 5. Today is going to be, Dopey's calendar right with me now. Today is going to be what? Day 6. Dopey nailed it. Day 6. How many days have Mickmas left to follow? Dopey, nothing on the paper. What? You are right. Dopey is correct. There are 6 days left in the 12 days of Mickmas, so we only wrote the number the one time. Whether he was looking out for the environment, was he being clever, or just plain lazy, who knows. But anyway, Dopey did it. I got my laundry drying here behind me. Mrs. St. Mick washed all my socks for the big night, so that's drying behind me. And speaking of the big night, boys and girls, for those of you who remember, we went to court. ASPCA found that I was not mistreating my reindeer, so Mickmas is back on. I will be live in your home on Mickmas Eve. So I look forward to doing that. And as a result, oh, boys and girls, a quick little shout out. There's Ruby the reindeer right there. A quick little shout out. I get letters all the time from people all across the world. And a little shout out to my friend Sam E. from New Hampshire, who's looking forward to me bringing a nice pair of pink pajamas. I certainly hope that Sam is short for Samantha and not Samuel. Also another shout out to my good friend Marty R. all the way in Alaska. She knitted me these socks, and I want to say hello. She's a big fan of the show. And hello, Marty, you dirty old beep. And another one, Mariah C. She's asking, all she wants for Christmas is me. Or you. I'm not sure. I took it as me. But anywho, let's get on with the program. Tonight, no song, just a little story that I will read to you from my favorite book, The Favorite Stories of St. Mick. And this one, boys and girls, is entitled Mickmas Eve Night. On Mickmas Eve night, as a light wind did blow, and the stars twirled and swirled in the moon's lustrous glow, St. Mick in his sleigh, with his team of reindeer, started out on their mission to spread Mickmas cheer. Now the snow that was falling was a wondrous sight, and added to the excitement of this magical night. It put a smile on his face and a twinkle in his eye as he made his way out across the star-spangled sky. But as he traversed the ocean, quickly changed the wind, bitterly biting his nose, cheeks, and chin. And the snow that was falling, and had once made him smile, was now wetter and heavier with each passing mile. But like the pro that he was, the big man, he pushed on. But he knew if he were to reach each house by the dawn, he'd need some sort of help. A pick-me-up, if you will, to defrost his bones and to take out the chill. But for a night such as this, St. Mick he had planned, and into his coat he put his shivering hand, and he pulled out an object, placed it up to his lips, and he threw his head back, and he took a deep sip, straight to his bones. Oh, this potion did race, and it restored the color to the jolly man's face. Now a slug or two more just to maintain the glow, then he and his reindeer hauled ass through the snow. House after house he went, street after street, from rooftop to chimney, and then down to the tree, leaving the presents for each girl and boy, then taking a slug from his bottle of joy. But as the night it wore on, oh, the trouble set in, and St. Mick could not remember to which houses he'd been. I don't know if some will get more or if some will get none. I just know the bag's almost empty, so my job's almost done. Then taking his sip from a bottle of cheer, he landed on the last house that he would visit this year. And he bumbled and stumbled himself out of the sleigh, then over to the chimney he staggered his way. As he climbed on the edge, oh, how his head it did spin. And then losing his balance, the big man fell in. And though he scraped himself badly, he made only one sound, a simple ho, 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 that he slurred all the way down. Now with a terrible thump, he landed flat on the floor. But he quickly sprang to his feet, just to fall down once more. He dragged himself to the tree, scattered the presents about. Then he lowered his head, and the big man passed out. Well, the very next morning, as the dawn it did break, little Jenny Johnson excitedly did wake. She ran down to the stairs, so eager to see what was waiting for her beneath her Mickmas tree. When she saw old Mick, St. Mick, she cried and she said, "Mommy, come quick, I think St. Mick is dead." Well, down to the tree her parents did whir, just as the big man was starting to stir. Oh, his belly did rumble and grumble and shake. Then it produced a blast just as loud as any earthquake. Well, the noise woke him up, and he lifted his head. "Where the hell am I?" he befuddledly said. "You're in my house," said little Jenny, so soft and so sweet. "Ah, shit," said St. Mick, as he rose to his feet. "That was one hell of a night," the big man then said, and he grabbed the cookie from the table, patted little Jenny on the head. "I'm gonna use your front door," said St. Mick, he did say. "I just don't have the strength to make it back up to my sleigh." "Oh, sure," said little Jenny, to the giant of a man. Then she grabbed him and led him away by the hand. Oh, St. Mick burped, and his breath filled the house with stale cheer. He smiled and waved and said, "So I guess I'll see you next year." Then they watched this unusual man in the sweet blessed dawn fall to his knees and throw up on the lawn. Well, then he called to his reindeer, "Ah, Christ, bring down the sleigh!" And he crawled up inside, and then they whisked him away. But as he flew off, these words you could hear: "Thank Christ that Mickmas comes only once a year." Oh, boys and girls, that is sure to be a holiday classic, and if you would like a copy, that's too bad. But anyway, remember, boys and girls, only a few more days left till Mickmas. 6 days of the 12 days of Mickmas remain, but there's not many more till Mickmas after that. So there's still plenty of time for you to get on the naughty list. There's no time for you to get back on the good list. Sorry. So until next time, Merry Mickmas!